Okay, Brenda back. I'm going to try to make a couple roses on video, so I'm going to be quick. Let me start this way and say, I did this two ways. I have a Cricut and a couple great flower cartridges, and so I just cut this out in great, paper that doesn't have a white center. And then I did it old school way. I just folded in half a card in a color I liked, and I just traced one of the flowers on there and cut them all out by hand. And I have to say, I think I really like the look of a hand-cut flower as opposed to a perfect flower, because you can cut every petal a little different. Two at a time is what I do. And I just think, I don't know, I like the non-perfectness of it. So, with these flowers, some of them are curled back, and some of them are rolled forward. Some of them are just curved petals. And so, it just depends on what kind of flower you're trying to make. So this one kind of has a different, the petals are sort of curved forward, and these are just kind of rounded, and like this one is definitely rolled back. So, these two have, I kind of did a smaller center, and then I jumped to a little bigger size for the, in an obvious way. So, it just depends on what kind of rose you're trying to make. And the more petals you use, the tighter the rose will be. So, anyway, this is kind of the setup here for a small one. I think this is about how many petals I would use. I hand cut these out of here, just a pair of scissors, and so that they're all a little bit different. And I did try to cut the first two, just a hair in the line a little bit, knowing that I wanted it to just have a little bit of a stagger in size. So I just kind of, I've done these already and laid them out, so I don't know, I hope you can see that. Your first one you fold all the way in and you make a little bud, and then, you hot glue into each one. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. And so, you just take the flower and you roll it around something, like that. Now everybody does it different. I watched a lot of videos, and then I just kind of got my own, what works best for me. It depends on what flower you're trying to make, because they all have a little, there's so many different kinds of roses, for instance. So, just like that. And then if this were going to be a center one, you just bring that together. Find a comfortable look to that, and then grab your glue gun. So I'm not making this one though, so I'm going to, and so this is a bigger one over here, and I have 9 petals. I've got 2 sizes, so it's just I don't know, I think it's a ½ inch smaller, maybe just a ¼ inch smaller. So 4 and 5 of these to make, like this one. So let's see if we can squeeze in 2 really quickly. So my glue gun is kind of over here, and I'm kind of stuck with where it's at, and my camera is stuck where it's at too. So I'm going to try to show. I think my glue gun globs off too big of a glob, but I just work with it. So I've glued the 2 little petals together, and I'm going to put a little, just a tiny bit. Don't worry too much about the little spider things. A little trick I saw in a video is you take a hairdryer and blow it at the rose when you're done, and it kind of melts away all those little flyaway things. And I did that. It actually really does work. So you just get better with the glue and the little stringy things as you go along. So I'm going to do 2 at a time here, the last 2. Less is more with the glue. I know I've already said it 100 times, I really need a new glue gun, but with a fine tip point, because they do make one. So you've got yourself a little bud. I hope you can see that. Okay, and just get a nice comfortable shape. It's good if you have a little flat bottom here. Okay, I like that. So I just kind of did the same thing I just showed you with all of these petals, and I just kind of gathered them and shaped them together, and each one I shaped it a little less, and so I'm just going to stack them upon each other. And you want to make sure that your petals are, I like to put a little glue out this way on each petal, because if I can do a little quick pull up and you can kind of try to end that little spider web, then set it in there, and you want to, of course, alternate your petals. And I try to put the drop around the petal in a little wide circle so that when I squeezed it in and held it, it would all stay in one and I didn't have to go and glue each individual petal. So that only works for a while, it seems, and then you end up gluing them individually to get them just the way you want. And so that's a pretty good center. Let's see. I think, let's keep going. Okay. So I've shaped it, and now I'm going to flatten it out so I can put just the tiniest little, as I can, with this gloppy gun, little spot. Okay. And then center that again on there. Okay, and I think that, I don't know, you don't have much time to turn at all, so fold that in. I didn't really get that in the right place. Alright, let's see. Let's see how the next one will look. And that's what I mean by stagger. And your hot glue dries so fast. Okay, it's going to be okay, so let's see, that you don't have time to move it. So you have to move along. Let's see. Try and squeeze just at the base of each petal. And then make sure when you set it down that you alternate your petals, because hot glue dries so fast you have no time. Okay, I'm going to fold up a little again. Okay, let's go on. Okay, see, so this is kind of time consuming. Each flower takes a while. I know the spiders drive me crazy. You just have to try and ignore them. Okay, I just heard my timer go. So, let's see. Not in the right spot. So there I was able to move that one. Anyway, the timer just went off, so I know my time is up. I'm going to come back and do the white one. Alright, I'll be right back. It looks pretty good.